Hey, HywooHearts! So we are back with the building, and I have done a little bit off camera just to speed up the process and kind of plan out what I want to do. So let me show you what I have been doing. Obviously everything is work in progress at the moment. So I built two little rooms here. I've been experimenting with some ways to get up to the different floors. I kind of like the spiral staircase. It's going to be a lot of spiral staircases, but I guess it kind of fits. I mean, once we get into other stuff, I'll show you this one. This is the sort of, I would say, semi-finished one. So we have the spiral staircase. It does actually work, but obviously being Terraria, well, it's easier just to jump up and hold down or just drop off. I think I am going to put some like wooden beams down the sides to make it look a sort of bit more accentuated. I think just like this by itself, as cool as it looks, it doesn't really look like a spiral staircase. So I think if I put some like wooden beams down the sides here, down in the background, I think it might make it just sort of stand out a bit more. And I did some of the chains. Obviously I'm going to need a lot of iron ore to finish off all these in the places, but I put some chains here. And I've sort of been thinking about lighting and stuff. I think we'd go for maybe a sort of a purpley or a blue colour. Can't remember what lights are in the dungeon. I think they're purple. So we're going to need quite a few things from the dungeon because I want lots of bookshelves and stuff to make it look like a research centre. So let's work our way up and I'll show you what we're doing. So this is the first room. Obviously I haven't put any walls on and I'm sort of just getting the basic shape done. I did experiment with like this little rope thingy, but I don't know, it doesn't look right. I kind of like these spiral staircases. And then we go on to another little room. This have more spiral staircases going up. And this, I guess, is like the central hub. This is what I wanted to do. I wanted to do like a ginormous sphere. And I think I'm actually going to put like starry wallpaper over the whole thing to make it look very magical and mystical. I sort of went for this design where there's like two main rooms, and because of the weird shape of it, I wanted to sort of have a good sort of space to walk on. So I did these little things here. I don't know what I want to do here. I don't know if I want to maybe put gemstones in there or possibly maybe some sort of liquids, like maybe have, I think there's, don't know if there's 4 different liquids in the game. I think there might be. There's the obviously lava, honey, water. I think there's like a magical water as well. Magical water later on as well. So I don't know. It's kind of ideas floating at the moment, but I want to have maybe either 2 either side or 4 different things there. So this would be the main room. Obviously, you know, we need to put all furniture in here. I think I'm going to go for spiral staircases here as well. I think I might go for like a rope. I don't know what to do here. I don't know. It just looks a bit out of place. So I don't know. We're going to have to work on that and see what we can come up with. But for now, I think we're just going to do spiral staircases. I kind of like the look of them and they sort of fit in well. And then we come up to the top and we haven't done the little tower top bit. I thought we'd do that together on camera. So we have a work on that in a bit. And yeah, so here's, and it connects to the little floating island. Let me actually just block this off, else we're going to have harpies flying in here. They have been a pain in the bottom while we have been doing this, guys, but what are you going to do? Also, with this, I can't point my pointer out far enough, so you're just going to have to sort of guess where I mean. So from where the grey clouds are, where the water's coming down, I want to sort of taper this off and arc it up. So it probably comes from where that grey cloud is up to, I can't reach far enough, but sort of where the little bit of the landmass starts. I want to sort of taper the cloud off there and then have like a little arched cloud bridge, maybe with some wood on top to make it look like there's like wooden steps sitting on the top. So I want to get rid of a lot of this cloud, but obviously I'm going to do that later. We also do need to try and think of something nice to build on here. So if you guys got any ideas of maybe something we can build on this floating island so it actually serves a purpose, I know Tanya did want to build a treehouse at some point, so that might look quite cool, to sort of just big random treehouse sitting on there. And then, I don't know, maybe we can do some, like, just do something, like, totally wacky and do, like, a rail cart track to get back down so you don't have to climb back down the tower, or something like that. I don't know, we'll have to see. So if you've got any ideas, obviously leave them in the comments. So that's the progress at the moment. I'm actually going to finish off putting all these walls in and make more walls and basically get all the walls done. And then I will come back to you guys and we will see what else we can do. I did have some ideas of maybe stuff to put on the outside. I don't know if I got any in my inventory. Oh, I have. So before I disappear to do the walls, well, the background walls, I've maybe had the idea of, obviously not just the purple ones, but maybe putting gems on the outside and on the inside of the walls to make it look like, because the idea of what I want to put at the top is kind of like arched out claws that come round, and then I have a ginormous diamond shaped crystal on the top. As if you remember from the first part of this build episode, I was on about I wanted it to look like sort of a magical cannon sort of tower. So I guess I think we kind of achieved that sort of look. It's a very bizarre shape. It does look a bit steampunky, which is kind of what I wanted. I don't know if any of you guys ever remember I believe it was Sonic and Knuckles. I can't remember the name of the level, but you guys will know exactly. If you've played Sonic and Knuckles, you'll know what level I'm on about. I'm on the level where you fight Super Metal Sonic, where he jumps on the crystals and powers up. Yes. That's sort of the idea I wanted. Originally, I was going to put like a big dome on the top, made out of like glass, and make it look crystal. I don't know if you paint the glass if it still retains its transparency. We'll have to maybe test that out. If not, I might have to try and get enough gems to make, I believe they're gem spark blocks. So, to use those instead. But we have to see how it goes. We've still got a lot to do. And obviously, even after we finish building this, there's still going to probably be tinkering around. There's still going to be, we need paintings. We need some nice doors, maybe spikes and stuff from the dungeon. So we're going to have to do a lot of collecting basically throughout the Let's Play and add on to it later. But that's what we got for now. I am going to go do all these damn walls, which we have a lot of walls to do. And once I do it done then, I will be right back. So see you in a minute. Okay, guys. So I think we got all the the behind walls done now, so that is that sorted. Also, it turned to nighttime. I noticed these crystals actually sort of catch the light and sort of flicker every now and again at nighttime. So I think I will go for that idea. I won't do it now. You'll probably see it when I go to show Tanya this in the next episode, because we'll be back to normal recording. Obviously, I want to show Tanya what we've built while she has been away. But yeah, I'll go through and add some random colours, maybe some green ones and some blue ones. Just sort of dotted about the place, because I kind of like that sort of, at night time, they sort of sparkle and glow. It makes it look very magical and mystical, which is kind of what we're going for here. Right, so now we can build this top part as well. Actually, before we get started on that, if I can actually get up there. Come on, there we go. So also, let's go to my inventory. I had a look when I went to craft more walls and stuff, what sort of blocks we got. So we got some blocks we can experiment with to see how they come out. We have amethyst gem spark block, amethyst gem spark walls. We have offline amethyst gem spark walls. We have purple stained glass. I don't know if that's walls or not. I'm guessing it's walls because it was in the walls section. And then obviously we have normal glass and normal glass walls. So we see what we can sort of come up with. Obviously, it's a pretty easy shape. It's just a few, four. Well, it's not. Well, I guess it can be straight lines if we use the hammer on it and make them slanted. But I mean, that's all it is. But it's the sense of making it pop out so it looks really nice. So we'll have a mess around with those. But first we actually need to build this top part. And I have no idea how we're going to tackle this. I guess maybe we'll sort of make a box around it just to keep the harpies out. So I think that'll be the first task. And I guess I'll do that quickly now off camera because, well, it's me placing blocks down to build a box around here. Yeah, so I will be back again in a minute. Alright, so we got that box built around. As you see, I actually died just building that box because I got swarmed by, like, I think it was about 6 or 7 harpies. So yeah, this might have been quite difficult to build if I didn't do this, but luckily we have this all sorted now. There's actually a harpy in my base of operations as well, which is not really good. I think not gonna have it centered because obviously that's gonna come up on the crystal. So I want a little doorway to the side, and I think that right hand side looks quite nice because it's away from the door then as well. So left hand side. Tanya's such a bad influence on me. I swear. Anyway, right. So now we are completely secure. We've actually got enough to do that as well. We actually need to put a couple more in there. Right, there we go. If we put a little wooden thing there. And I definitely just want one of these little... Actually, no, I've had a better idea, but we'll have to do that. We'll get to that I guess in a minute. I have quite a cool idea for that, actually. Right. So we need our stone blocks out. And I don't really know how far I want this to go out. We're going to have to maybe just judge it by eye. So I definitely want it to overhang a fair amount. I don't know by how much though. I guess not too much. It doesn't really need to because it's gonna sort of curve around anyway. So let's just... Obviously, we can add some extra blocks in as we go. We just want to try and keep it equal to make sure we don't have like uneven sides. There's nothing worse than bad symmetry on buildings like this. So I definitely want it too thick. So let's, I think maybe one more out. And then we go, if we go up like that. Actually, I think maybe, yeah, that could do with coming up a bit higher. We can always add some extra blocks on the outside later. Let's just try and get the basic shape of what we want at the moment. Something like that. That's equal. And then maybe if we do a little tour... Like so. Maybe one more. And then I think we just... No, I don't like that. Maybe taper it off just like that. Something like that. So let's try and get the shape a bit nicer. So maybe we can bring that one out a bit more. We will have to maybe remove some of that dirt so we can get down there. So what we got? We got 2 and then another 1. Yeah, make that a bit thicker. And I don't know, perhaps maybe take out a couple of these just to give the shape a bit more definition. Let's see if we hammer that one down to... Yeah, I quite like that. So let's... What we got? 2. Okay. No, I think I took out 1 too many there. Did I? Yeah, and then we want to hammer that one down. Yeah, I quite like that. So if we get some... At the moment, it kind of looks like a sort of helmet or demon horns or something. But if we get some in the background as well, I'm not sure how I want to position the background ones. I'm okay with these sort of blocks. I'm not so great with the background blocks. Let's see if we hammer that one down, if we can get that to look okay. No. Yeah, actually, I quite like that little spike sticking out there. So let's put that on there. And this is pretty much my whole process for building. I just kind of go along and wing it. I always wing stuff. I think it's kind of the best way is trial and error. I mean, it's nice to have I always have a sort of maybe a target goal, but stuff never ends up how I see it in my head. Not exactly how I see it in my head. It sometimes goes better, it sometimes goes worse. No, we'll leave it. Okay, I won't mess around with it too much, else we'll be here all day just adding blocks onto these little corners. But I think we got a fairly decent shape of how I want it. So let's go ahead and build our crystal. Unfortunately, my tower is even. And obviously I want one block as the point of the crystal. So it's going to kind of be slightly off center. I don't know. I'm kind of okay with that because it gives us a little bit more leeway room away from the bit coming up. So I don't know. I think I can deal with that. So it's, I think them two are the center ones of my tower, if I believe rightly. That one. Yeah, that one and that one. So if we go here, that should be perfect. I think I'm going to build it out of glass just to get the basic shape. And then we will replace stuff. So obviously we want to come out and then come out. This will be replaced with background. Well, most of it will. Something like that. I don't think that looks too bad. But let's see what these look like. I've never actually used any of these gemstone blocks, so let's see how they look. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think that's perfect. That is absolutely perfect, guys. I definitely don't think I mean, it glows, so how can you not like that? I was thinking maybe the stained glass will look a bit better, but I guess for a ginormous gem on the top. It does look fairly square, unfortunately, but not much I can do about that. Maybe if we remove some of these. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. Okay, right. I think we're going to have... Maybe we can make something with the background walls to look like it's holding it up. Or maybe just have it floating so it looks even more magical. But I definitely think it needs to go higher up than this so we can actually maybe just fully utilize the solid blocks, because then we can get a nice curvature to it. Well, slant. Sorry, not curvature. Let's just use these to build up a couple. I don't know how high I want it. I guess that high, just so our character can go under it. That should do just fine. And luckily these blocks look exactly the same as the ones behind. So yeah, I think we'll just do this, guys, instead. Okay, change of plans yet again. Since my original idea to do like a little one pointed thingy didn't work out, we will go with two, just because when we slant them we can pinch the ends together, whereas if we didn't and had this and then slanted them, we'd end up with a crystal with a weird end, you know, it'd be like a square nodule on the end of it and it wouldn't look very good. So we'll go with the two so we can get it even. So let's just check to make sure that we can get it in the center. So these two are the center ones. Yeah, that's on the center there. Yeah, so we need another one to this side. And not walls. Idiot Genza, pick the right ones. Right. Okay, now we can rock and roll. So we'll do exactly the same thing we just done, but with 2 blocks instead. Oh, there's a star gone over there. Unfortunately, I'm not going to go get you because I will get decimated by harpies. Right, so go like that. Guys, I've already forgot how wide it was. I think that just that wide looks good enough. Good enough for me. Need to get this done so we can get on to other stuffs, because we still need to maybe put something in the background of that tower so it doesn't look like demon horns. I do kind of like the look of that, but I want a bit more to it. Okay, so now if we slant these suckers, that's not slanted. There we go. We can kind of get the shape we want. Kinda. I don't know if it's turning out exactly how I wanted it, but I don't know if I liked it as blocks more. No, I think once we get it filled in, it'll look good. I actually did the inside one there. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Right, we actually need to get off that because we won't be able to block it. There we go. There we go. And we need to remove this because it's not going to work else. Goodbye, temporary little stand. Right. Now we should be able to turn that one around. Not the inside one. 5. Yeah. Okay. Right. So now I want to add maybe a couple more to the inside. Sort of to have it half and half. So it looks like it's sort of got a dark side and a light side. So you've got the shadows from it. Oh yeah, that block turned around, didn't it? There we go. Maybe add a couple more. Like so. I don't know if we actually want to turn these around as well. I mean, it's entirely possible we can. Why not give it a bit of a weird definition to it so it's not completely blocky? I think we can get away with it, and we might as well turn these inside ones around as well. Okay. And oh, damn it. Hitting the wrong one. Right, there we go. Oh no, it wasn't. It just takes longer. Right, now, I don't know if we fill this in. Ah, bugger. That's the only problem. The walls are jot out, don't they? Oh no! Plans foiled by Terraria mechanics. God damn it. I guess the only other option is just to have it solid then. Or maybe I can find a lighter colour or something in something else. Maybe let's try these. Are these stained glass windows? Are they solid blocks? Are they their background blocks? Okay, well, let's remove these. I will off camera. Not now. I'll have a look later or something. Or just if we stumble across anything. I want to get that nice shape back. Where is it? Come on. There we go. So off camera, I'll try and find maybe some solid block to put into that bit to give it definition, as I don't really want to have it the sort of squarey looking blocks like sort of this end. I kind of like this really sharp crystal. So what I'll do is I'll look for a solid block that's maybe a similar colour or duller or something to put in here, just so it looks like there's a sort of light side where the shadows hitting it. So we'll leave that for now. I hopefully you sort of get the idea of what I want to do there. I mean, it's quite self-explanatory. So let's have a quick work on maybe something on the background. So I really am terrible with these background blocks, so let's try and... Why won't you go there? This is going to take some doing, guys. I'm not the best with the background blocks. Maybe I should build myself something out of this and then follow the outline instead. So it doesn't curve enough. Go there. 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 Something like that. So let's see what that looks like when we put the background block behind it. I don't think this is turning out how I wanted it to. It never does. That looks something like I wanted it to. Kinda. I definitely think it needs to come out more here. Not too worried about it. Remove those ones. And you, come on. Something like that. I think we do need a good... Maybe... Oh, I did one too much there. Like a sort of shadow of the top of the tower across here. And then maybe there and there. No, that's a bit too high. That's not where I wanted you to go, Mr. Block. Yeah, there we go. And then I hate placing these blocks, they're really annoying. There. That's the same, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, something like that, and then we can add extra ones in. Like so. Trouble with these, they don't join up properly if you don't have it, like all of them there. You know, all of them round. All around. They don't join up properly, so it's hard to get a good sort of curvature to them. Maybe if I just add, I don't know, I think that might look a bit odd. Why will you not let me put blocks there? Oh, you will. I just didn't see it. I was wondering if maybe I... Come on. There's a wall there, and you're saying you can't place a block there? Okay. Be awkward then, game. No, I don't like that either. I'm going to have a work on this off camera, guys, because this is going to take me forever. But you can get the idea of what I want. Obviously, I don't want all this in the foreground, because I want to actually be able to... I don't know why you would want to, but I want... You know, whoever comes up here to be able to wander across the top of this. Whereas if I had tons and tons of these spikes. I mean, these outside ones look really good. But I want some more inside. But I want them in the background so you can actually walk past here. But playing with the background blocks, unless it's on like a really huge scale. I mean, if you do massive bridges, you can do nice arches and stuff with the background blocks. But when it's on a smaller scale, because they're technically four, but they sit off center. So as you saw when I put that block down, it sat in the middle of them. So it's technically 4 blocks around the outside of 1 block in the middle. And yeah, they behave really strange, as you can see here, but I'm gonna have to work something out, maybe come up with some sort of way. I don't think that one looks too bad, but I don't know, I'll have to have a play around. But I just want to show you what I had in mind for this instead before we disappear. As I don't really think there's too much other than just little bits to add. So like stairs and stuff. Obviously the wallpaper room around here. More chains, nice lanterns, and maybe some chandeliers, bookcases, stuff we don't even have at the moment, paintings, stuff like that. It's a lot of internal stuff. I think we have the basic outside of what we wanted to do here, and I think it looks pretty cool. I kind of like this crystal thing. But right, let me show you what I had in mind for this. I wanted to experiment with these ropes and maybe do something like this, so it looks like it's tied to the edge. Unfortunately, because there's the ground there, it does act funny, but I don't know, it's not too bad. And then have like a rope coming down. I thought that looked quite, I don't know, I thought it was just a bit more towery than, I kind of like the little ladders, but because we've got all the, we're going to have all the spiral staircases in here, I didn't want it to be too much wood. Another thing we need to add is some windows, and I don't know if I have the necessary blocks, but I had some nice ideas for windows, which was obviously glass, as you might imagine, but then because we've got a lot of stone, I think we can get away. I don't know if this wood would be the best for it, because there are some different woods that have a nice, maybe a nicer colour, but there, so you sort of, it looks like you've got the sort of frame around the window, and you can do the same with the background blocks. So you can put some like wooden background blocks here, and then some obviously underneath, and then fill all the middle bit with glass. So it looks like you've got the window frame around. I always looking for new ways of using the blocks and trying to maybe do stuff that people don't generally do with them, because I know you build your houses and that out of wood, but like just using 2 blocks, it seems like a really simplistic thing. But maybe if we use a different color like the mahogany or something, because this works really well for floors because it's quite earthy, but I don't really think it sits and it doesn't really pop, especially against this one, or maybe that burrell wood from the snow biome. We'll have to have a look. I'll have an experiment with the woods as well, but it's just loads of little finishing touches to do to this now, so I think we've done a pretty good job here, guys, at least for what we've got at the moment. It's quite literally finished. There's just little touches, and I do need to go and see how much money we have and see if we can buy enough wallpaper to maybe make this entire centre bit starry, because I think that looked quite nice. And with these little chain areas, I'm going to have an experiment with maybe different torches in between the chains or something, just to break it up a bit. I also did actually have an idea of maybe just that last one having a little slant curve. I keep saying curve today, it's a slant. Having a slant in there, just so the chain looks like it's hanging a bit more. I don't know, maybe we can get away with 2 there, but then we can just do a nice thingy. I think we'll leave it like that, so we do the same the other side with actually a block and not the hammer, because the hammer doesn't place blocks, because I'm silly. Right, yeah, there we go. And obviously we need maybe some doors. I don't know, iron doors might look quite good. Might be a bit too industrial for this. My grass has grown up there now. Yeah, if you wonder what all this mess is, I was just getting some grass to grow up on the side bits, because I don't know, I kind of like doing that. I like it once all the vines start hanging down. I think it makes buildings look like they've been there for a while, rather than these sort of freshly built buildings. I like to try and make stuff look like it belongs. Oh, this tower's a bit kind of, I don't know, I guess for Terraria it's not really kind of out of place, because the idea was that it's powering the floating islands. And it is a little demonic, a little steampunky, very fantasy, so it kind of fits in. Once we get all the little finishing touches done to it, I think I'm actually sold on this. So I think I'm just going to do that the other side, and then think of maybe sort of one to do in the middle. And I think that should finish that top bit off. Maybe we can put some torches up there. But I think once we get all the gem crystals around, that look quite nice. I also will... I can do it on this side because we're pretty much... For the most part. Oh, he says, and Harpy... Oh, I'm going to have to kill it now. You've done this to yourself. Yeah, die. I even managed to get blocked down there, but it got through. Yeah, I think I have to bring that down a bit and taper it off just so that looks, these bits. Get rid of that dirt and bring that down. I actually need to get rid of that dirt around there, but I think I'll leave that up until we're completely finished. We have a nice floating cloud there. I might put a couple of other floating clouds maybe the other side because we do have some cloud blocks and I have a lot more once I get rid of that. Just to make it look, that this is high. It is high up into the sky. I mean, we're into space if we go up any higher. So, yeah, I think we've done a good job, guys. So, as I said before, leave your comments if you have any ideas what you would like to see on the little floating island. Maybe a tree house, maybe some other kind of building. If you have any ideas for that, leave a comment and I'll have a look. And any good ones I might put to good use. And I guess you will see... this completely finished on Friday when I show Tanya when she's back, because I'm quite excited to see what Tanya thinks of this. I think it's a bit wacky and it's definitely bigger than all our other houses. The arena's pretty big, but there's not really a lot to the arena. It's just walls, walls and some platforms. That's it. But this was definitely a sort of bit of a monster build. It took a lot of time to get all the resources. And I think once we get all the lighting and the windows and fancy wallpapers and all stuff in here, this is going to look amazing. So, yeah. So, guys, you know exactly what to do. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. We put up daily videos. There may be 1 or 2 days videos don't go up, but for the most part, videos always go up. We have 2 Terraria videos a week. And then we've currently got 2 other Let's Plays going. I would like to try and get them both up on the same days, but it depends. So at the moment, we've been alternating between them. So you've got Sultan Sanctuary and Lego Star Wars. Thursdays, you've got your Throwback Thursdays. Mondays, we have Small Bites Plus, which is an indie game first impression series. Well, indie games, PC games, and various other games in general. And I do believe Tanya's going to be starting the original Small Bites, which was the original plan, which is mobile games. We'd have that all set up and ready to go. We just need Tanya to actually get recording done. So that might also be up on next Monday. So look out for that. And obviously Saturdays we have random co-op games and multiplayer games that we play. So there is a whole variety of content for you to check out and to be following along with. So please do help support the channel and help it grow. It all helps. And we will see you Friday for more Terraria. And tomorrow for maybe Lego, I think I'm in a mood for a Lego video to go up. So, yeah. So see you next time, guys. Bye-bye.